Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today, due to popular demand, I will be making another top tier video on the best fighting game of all time, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And this time, I will be talking about everyone's favorite, Chun-Li. So, Chun-Li. She is, by some people, considered the best character. I would say those people are weirdos. She's not, I think it's a bit disingenuous to say she's the best. But she's pretty strong. Definitely, if you ever want to play this game online in like Fightcade or even competitive tournaments, if you're lucky enough to live in one of those areas, Chun-Li is definitely someone you're going to have to watch out for. So, let's go first over her normal moves. Those are the simplest things to explain. So, this Standing Fierce has extremely good range for how quick it is. Like, if you want to harass the opponent, this is a really good way. Oh, this is her close. Is there close medium punch, or as some folks may call it, strong. Right? This is the regular strong punch though. And then Fierce is this one. Fierce is okay. You can use it every here and there just because it deals a little bit more damage. Actually, no, it doesn't. Never. Oh well, am I wrong on that? Well, okay, never. Okay. Sorry. Damage is slightly random in this game, so I was a little confused at first. But Fierce punch technically deals a little more, but this is the main one you want. This is the main standing move you're gonna use if your opponent's on the ground. Alright, now let's go over potentially the best move in the whole game. Medium kick. This move. Again, general thing with Chun-Li, her moves are fast. This is like her fastest, but this one's also pretty quick. And to just show you guys how quick it is, right? Let's, it's an extremely fast move, which means, for example, if my opponent misses a medium kick, like that, right? It's extremely easy for me to punish them back. I don't need good reaction time, right? I could just go like that. Okay, well, it's a trade, but like, I can just, there, right? I hit him, or there. I get very easily just press the button, right, and punish my opponent because just how fast it is for how long range it is, right? For example, let's look at this, alright? So here, Ryu misses, I also miss, right? Here, he misses, I miss, alright? Let's walk a little bit further up, he misses, I hit. So great! You have more range than Ryu's medium kick, or in our words, it's called forward. You have more range than Ryu's crouching forward. And you're faster. But that's not all. Yeah, I have one more funny thing to show you. The move combos into itself. So, as if it wasn't good enough of being just an objectively better version of Ryu's crouching medium kick, except it deals a little bit less damage, but still, basically an objectively better version of Ryu's crouching forward, you combos into itself, and it's not like it only works up close. It works like from here, I think. Well, okay, maybe not from there, but like, all right, never mind. Okay, it only does work up close, but still, like, that's something you can do. It should just not be possible. So, this move has combo potential, which is really, really nice. Alright, and there's one more normal move I want to talk about, which is this move, crouching roundhouse. It's pretty slow, I'm not gonna lie to you. The recovery is sort of high. Well, actually, it's not that slow of a move. Again, all Chun-Li's moves are pretty fast to come out. But again, the recovery is the main problem, right? So, what makes a good move? Well, alright, look at this Ryu, right? Trying to hit me? Alright. No, well, let's say I'm up close enough for him to hit me. I'll let him do the medium kick, All right. Let's see the hitbox come out. All right, a little late. Oh, there. I don't know if you guys saw that, but the Ryu did his crouching medium kick. And what ends up happening is, even though he does, see, again, the hitbox comes out, but this move here, because Chun-Li lifts herself up, she actually has no hurt box on the ground. That means this move goes over crouching me. So if he tries to hit me from like here, I just go over the move and hit him, and he gets knocked down. So that's really nice. You have a way to basically invalidate your opponent's crouching moves. Like there. I just did it. His leg came out completely, and I just went over it, and he got knocked down. So this move's really good if your opponent, especially if you're going to get something like a Guile that loves to spam crouching forward. This is a really good move for that. So, but again, don't use it too much because, again, the recovery is decently high and it's decently easy to punish. Not the most punishable move, but it's easy enough to punish for the opponent. So don't. This is not a move you want to be spamming a lot, but you do want to use a good amount just because it has effectively infinite priority over any crouching move your opponent will do. Great, so that's awesome. And that's honestly, those are 3 main normal moves you're gonna use. Except, I guess, okay, there is one more that there are, I guess, 2 more you're gonna be using a bit. But that's when I get to the weakness of Chun-Li, right? One of the weaknesses is she does not have a very good anti-air. Her anti-airs are quite disappointing, to be honest. Like, her up kicks are pretty bad, and the reason why is the invincibility on up kicks is on and off. So parts of the move will have invincibility and parts of it won't. And that basically means for Chun-Li that your anti-air is extremely inconsistent and you shouldn't rely on it. Which is dumb, but that's how it works. Her anti-air is extremely unreliable. Her main anti-air. So, safe jumping into Chun-Li is pretty easy because of that. Because her main anti-air tool is pretty garbage. Alright, but she has options, right? And that's what I want to show you guys. Because I want to convince you that this character is good. So even though she has a weakness, it's not that extreme. Like, look at this. Ryu jumps from here. Boom. Right? Or from here. Boom. Hit him. This move has a ton of range for an anti-air. Look at this range. And it's an anti-air move. Again, jumping from literally like 2/3 screen should be safe, but it's not. Not when you're playing against Chun-Li. That's not safe. Great, well, what if you cross her up? She's screwed. No, she's not. Well, maybe she is if she mistimes it, but look at this. Right? Again, I'm mistiming it, but like, so, I need to do a little like that. Or, even from behind. It actually has a hitbox from behind. So, like that, see? So, even if you get behind her, she still hits you. Great. Or even if you don't get behind her, she still hits you. So she has a good anti-air that even counters cross-ups. So she has a solid cross-up answer, which, to be honest, not even characters like Ken or Ryu have that. Sure, their Shoryuken is a strong anti-air, but it doesn't really punish the opponent for crossing you up. Chun-Li's standing roundhouse, close standing roundhouse, that is, right? Because your opponent needs to be up close. Hits from behind, which means that it punishes your opponent for crossing you up, which is extremely strong. Because when an opponent crosses you up, a lot of time that means they get an extremely strong combo and can win the whole game off of it. Especially characters like DJ and Bison, which have touch of death combos off a single cross up. So especially strong against those characters. So she has solid anti-airs, nothing amazing. That's where she lacks compared to a couple of other characters. She doesn't have a good invincible uppercut or generally just a good invincibility in an anti-air. But there's still good anti-air moves, especially this one. Just being able to prevent cross-ups is really strong. So, great. Those are her normal moves for real this time. We're done. So, what else does Chun-Li have going for her? Well, she has the best throw in the game. Right, and here's why. Okay, let's have the AI blocking, right? Let's just have the AI block. Great, so. Look at damage, 38. 38 damage. And that is specifically her strong throw. Using her fierce throw, which is a heavy punch, she only deals 32. You see, there was some weird coding glitch, or some weird coding error on the developer's part, which makes her medium throw the strongest normal throw in the game. Every other throw in the game deals 32, including Ryu himself, which I'll show right now. 32 damage, see? So, great. Chun-Li has the highest damage throw. That is really good on its own, especially because you have to realize in this game, throws are frame one, they're instant. Going for throws is extremely safe because even if your opponent is doing a move themselves, you still just grab them out of the move because it's instant. So that's awesome. You have the best throw in the game. Well, not by a range. By a range, Chun-Li is not the best, but her range is okay. It's an okay throw range. It's decent. It's decent. There are characters with better throw ranges. Dalshim has the best one. But still, solid throw range, extremely high damage. Look at that. 4 throws and he's dead. It takes with 2 throws, he's down over half his health. So, that can make Chun-Li pretty horrifying, right? Now let's get to a move. Technically, it's a normal move, but it's a little weird. So, I'll just go ahead and show it to you guys. Neck breaker, right? This move you perform by holding crouching down and then press heavy kick and you do this. It's really weird to have a move that's specific to holding crouch forward. That is really, really odd, and Chun-Li is the only character in this game I'm pretty sure that has that. So, it doesn't look too great now, does it? I mean, you hop over, it's slow, it's bad, but there's one thing about this, and that's the mix-up potential. Look at this. Depending on when I time it, let's say I knocked on the opponent like this, right? Let's say I knocked on the opponent. Alright. Boom. 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 My opponent has to guess the side. Oh, look at this. Could you guess the side consistently? No, you can't. So, yeah, basically she has a really strong mix-up tool. And for example, let's make the opponent block, right? Always guard, alright? So you guys can see on top out. Well, okay, first we gotta knock him down. Alright. So if we knock him down, well, okay, this is gonna be a little tough to show, but basically, boom. When you do that, your opponent is automatically forced to guess which side you're gonna block, because depending on the timing, you either hit them on the left or on the right, and also depending on the timing, you either hit them high or low. So you basically have the ultimate mix-up tool that hits high, low, left, or right, which is amazing. And on top of that, it's safe on block. See, look, it combos on block. Look at that, he's in block stun the whole time. And you know what I can do because of that? Throw mix-ups. And again, she has the best throw in the game. So what I can do is, the opponent blocks, I can just go for a throw. Look, I can either just do this into a throw, I can do this into a throw, I can do this into this into this into a throw. Great, so now my opponent On top of having to guess which side to block in order to not fall into an infinite neck breaker mix-up, right? Because again, my opponent gets hit by one of these, it knocks him down, and then he has to deal with the same mix-up again. So keep that in mind. My opponent, if he gets knocked down, I can go for another one, and again, another one, and another one, another one. So it's a loop. I can keep going for the same mix-up over and over, right? So on top of that, on top of the mix-up potential, the other thing this neck breaker has is throw mix-ups on block that are safe. You're safe on block. So you have a safe on block mix-up that leads into another throw mix-up. It's brutal. It's so brutal. Chun-Li has such a humongous attacking advantage because of that. If you get knocked down once into Chun-Li, you could very easily lose the whole round because she'll just keep applying pressure over and over, and if you don't guess right, that's the whole game. So, yeah, Chun-Li's horrifying on offense. And again, because of her normal moves, she's good on defense as well. So if you want to play defense, you want to play defensive against characters like Zangief, Honda, those big, slow tanks that are gonna out-damage you, and you just want to keep your distance. So she's also a good defensive character. And this is when we get to the meat now. Like, this is, you guys have probably been wondering where's her super, and now we'll talk about it. So, Chun-Li's super has a glitch, right? And it's not a tiny glitch either. It's a very big one. Her super, you can store it. What do I mean by that? So, if we look at the inputs on special moves for her super, what does it do? It's down there at the bottom, right, on the left side. Hold backwards, charge backwards, then forward, backwards, forwards, kick. Well, I mean by you can store it. Obviously, you can hold backwards and you're perfectly fine, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is what you can do is when you do the inputs, right? You can keep holding forwards as long as you want. Typically a super you have to do it instantly, but this one, if I do it right, I can go. See, I can literally walk up the whole screen and then do it. Alright, well okay, so that's already pretty good, right? A super that could literally run up to the opponent. But think about how scary that is for the opponent. That on top of having to deal with your stupid throw, they now have to worry about this super. So I can go for a throw. If your opponent's trying to block the super, you can just go for a throw. And if they try to use a move, you can just super right through it. Because supers in this game have a ton of invincibility. Which means that your opponent can't just try to challenge your super. You just do it and they're gonna get hit. On top of that, right? Look at this. Right, okay. Oh, whoops, I mistimed it. I can do a fireball into the super. Right? And look, typically we do the super. See, it's obvious because you move backwards, forward, like this. Right? It's decently obvious. But when you do the fireball, not only are you putting a projectile on screen, again, you're putting a projectile on screen, which is just really nice. Your opponent can't see you doing the inputs. Which makes it means your opponent can't even avoid your super as easily, because it'll just look like you're doing a fireball to them. It'll just look normal, but really you're storing up a super. Right? So it's like, well, that's really nice. That, you know, now your opponent has to not only deal with your super as is, now they can't even know whether you did it or not. Plus, there's that. As if everything wasn't good enough, right? When you do your super, it combos into her up kicks. So you can combo off your super and deal 107 damage. That's basically all of your opponent's health instantly. So that's really nice. You can basically kill your opponent off of one interaction. Like, look at this. That's like 3/4 of his health gone. That's not fair. Okay. Alright, and it's still not done yet, by the way. We still have one more thing to talk about on our super. Let's do the opponent use a Hadouken. Alright. And let's say the opponent is on always guard, right? So, we can see whether I can punish a super or not. Yeah, that's the last thing I really wanted to bring up was her super goes through fireballs pretty damn well. See, there you go. Awesome. I just went straight through that and the Ryu lost most of his health because of it. So, that's always something the opponent has to be scared about. You can just... They can't throw fireballs. Because, at least not from like further up, they can't really do it. Because you always have this. And again, you can close the distance by doing this. And now you have your super again. So, not only can you do this fireball to get closer, you can also store your super, so then when you're up close here, you can just use your super and go through a fireball. And again, if they're too scared of your super and the char block, you just throw them. And yeah, that's what makes Chun-Li top tier. Some very good normals, a good anti-cross-up move, really nasty neck breaker, extremely powerful throw, and debatably the best super in the whole game because you can combo off of the super. You can store the super by running forward or crouching forward. You can hide the super inside of a fireball, and your super goes through the opponent's fireballs. So all in all, Chun-Li has a major weakness, which is not the most amazing anti-airs, but they still get the job done. And in the end, this character is such a fun character. I really recommend for you guys to give her a try, and I'll see you all next time.